Okay, here we are for the final round. This hand looks fine. Let's go take a quick look at our opponent's deck. Let's see here. Okay, so our opponent is black something. Okay, black green. He's got a Trollhide, Vampire Outcasts, Basilisk. Okay, so a number of fairly strong creatures. We'll lead out with the plains just in case we draw the Warhorse. Hopefully he's got a little bit of a slower start. All right. So we've got all the land we need. Hopefully we can just draw into some creatures. We can also just ship a lot of this land with the Archivist at some point. And luckily he's got a pretty slow draw here, so hopefully we'll have time to build up. Okay. So here we're just going to try to get this guy online. Hopefully we'll be able to run out the Bell Tower Sphinx, maybe drop down a few more land, and start cycling away some of this not so useful cards. If we can get down a fair amount of these cards here, we can get some pretty decent advantage. So we could use it right now, but honestly, like, this is kind of interesting, actually. We might want to just use our Archivist right now, or on his draw step. I mean, to give him some more options, but at the same time, like, we'd be going down to 5, losing a lot of cards we don't need. I kind of like that a little bit better, actually. I think we just drop Mage, go to 5, then on his draw step, get a new hand. Yeah, and that actually works out just fine for us. So now we got a lot more action. If we can pick up our little elixir, we should be able to just, essentially deck him. It's always a really powerful threat if you have the ability to deck your opponent. Like, he has to deal with this card now. Like, especially if we can drop more threats per turn than he can lay out, we can just, get card advantage that way. Yeah, and so he had to deal with that. That's fine. Alright, so now we can drop Sarah Angel, we can drop Vanguard plus Veteran. I think Vanguard plus Veteran is maybe a little bit better. Not necessarily, well, Sarah Angel might be better also. It's hard to say. He's probably going to drop like one big threat on the ground, so. Looks like next turn we drop Angel. Yeah, I think we just drop Sarah Angel actually. So if you can't deal with this, it's going to be pretty. We have like one turn to get it indestructible, and then it's in a pretty bad spot. And 2 Swiftfoot Boots is pretty awkward. Okay, so now, like, we could make this guy indestructible also and just bash in, but I think we just bash with Sarah and then play this afterwards. Yeah, so definitely dropping Angel here, because if he had the removal, he would have used it right now. An indestructible 4/4 Vigilance is a pretty big deal. Carnage Worm's not going to do it. Yep, that's fine. We're happy to trade a 2/1 for a 6/6. Okay, so just bashing in. And like I think here we just drop like Pride Guardian and some other nonsense. We could gain some life here, but it's really mostly irrelevant, I think. I think we just drop the Fleetwing Evan and Pride Guardian and call it a day. We could even drop like, Azure Mage here or Vanguard. I mean, they're both fine. I suppose, if he's at 7, well, we just get him in the air. Yeah, I'm just going to drop Guardian here, just in case he has some crazy shenanigans. And we'll throw Guardian into the mix for the extra life. Okay, so on to game 2. Green, black, red. So against him, what do we want to bring in? It's a good question. Let's green, black, red. Like negate for fireball. We have. I don't think we really want to change too much here, honestly. I mean, like Mighty Leap might be okay to get some damage in, but I kind of like what we have already. I think what we've got is fine, actually. I think we're just going to go with this. This hand is just fine. Alright, so lead off with a ponder, hopefully set up another white. Gideon. Oh my lord. Okay, so yeah, definitely picking up Gideon. We want to divination into that. So next turn we drop this guy, then turn 3 we divination. Okay. Because we want to draw out of this pocket so we can have the double white. If we can get Gideon active, I mean, we're going to have a pretty hard time losing this game, I think. Sure. Okay, so now, like, we could play Sentinel here, but I think taking a little bit of damage is fine, just to make sure we get out of this clump of land. So, I mean, like, here we're actually happy to bash. Like, we are perfectly fine trading with Dungrove Elder. I guess we can just block. Doesn't really matter too much. Like, this guy will become a problem if we don't deal with him, so... I guess we'll just block if we have to. Well, maybe we'll hold off for Solemn Simulacrum. Thing is, like, we have so much action that I'm not worried about drawing the cards here. So... I'm more willing to trade with a card like Azure Mage. And there's the Troll Hide. Okay. Stave Off looks pretty good right now. Luckily, he did not put the boots on it, so that's pretty funny. So we could drop Solemn Simulacrum. I think we stave off the Elder and then have cancel backup. Kind of like that line of play. Like, we could also, you know, make sure we have Gideon for next turn, but, you know, once again, I just, oh, never mind, we can't stave this off, so that's actually not correct, because it has hexproof. I guess we just drop Solemn, and then next turn play Gideon. I guess that's fine. We want to save Solemn for when he has to attack Gideon, so we're just going to take the 4 here. And he has a fair amount of action. Alright, so what's the play here? We could drop Gideon, or we could drop some creatures. Like, if we drop creatures, make him attack, Gideon can't kill the Death Touch because of the boots. Oh my god. What is the play? Could leave cancel up, drop the bear and the Vanguard. Triple block the Greater Basilisk, take 4, go to 9. Have cancel backup. Let's see. I think what we want to do is we want to be able to... Yeah, because Gideon doesn't really do much for us just yet, unfortunately. He forces up to attack him. Like, we block here. Gideon goes to 3? No, Gideon goes to 5. Then Gideon can attack for 6 the next turn. Actually, that might be correct. Well, let's see. If he plays a guy, gives it haste, no. No, we need to have the cancel back up. Alright, so he's going to equip that guy, that's fine, sure. Alright, so he gets us for 7. Like, we can triple block this guy. However, he's at 18, so how do we win this game? Let's think about that for a minute. I think Solemn Simulacrum blocks here. We take 3, go to 10, bash in, play Gideon, counter whatever he plays. I like that play. So then we can start bashing. Then Gideon can become a 6/6, bash in the next turn. Can drop Pride Guardian. No plays. Interesting. Okay. Fortunately, we need the extra white. So if we bash in now for 6, get him to 12, play Gideon, force the attacks. He just kills. Well, he doesn't quite kill Gideon. We could leave like Vanguard back, bash in for 4, get him to 14, block here. Yeah, I like that a little bit better actually. Otherwise, we just drop like. We could just drop Veteran, counter what he plays. Then we get super low, though. I don't like that. I think we bash in with Bear and Mage. And drop Gideon. He's got the Doomblade. Okay. If he has another creature, we could just be dead. Ugh. So we probably should have held back with more creatures. That's too bad. Maybe we could just attack with Mage. That would have been correct. Ugh. Yuck. So now he just gets Gideon. And has a pretty big army. Yeah, that was probably a misplay there. Yeah, you've got no choice. You have to attack him. This is how Gideon works. Alright, what is our play? Bash in, get him to 10, drop a bunch of guys. Cancel doesn't matter anymore. Leave up Stave off, maybe? No, we don't have time for that. Okay, so we bash in. Want to kill the Warpath Ghoul. Probably have to trade Phantasmal Bears for it. Well, if we don't get him to 10, we're not really racing is the problem. I suppose we can trade Veteran for Warpath Ghoul. Okay. Can drop Veteran. Don't care about Sentinel. Drop Pride Guardian. And have Cancel backup. So here this trades, this blocks that, we go to 13, go to 10, keep bashing. Sure. Okay, red block here. Yep, that's fine. So now we could draw a card. We can keep cancel until after combat. What is our play? It's like whatever he plays, he can immediately give haste, so cancel we kind of need to have in backup. We drop Sentinel, we bash in, he trades with Mage. No, we give Mage protection from black. That's how it works. Yeah. Actually, no. Here's the play. So if he blocks Mage, which he's going to do, I assume, what ends up happening is we hit him for 5, drop the Sentinel, he goes to 5. Next turn, stave off this guy through his defenses of green. He goes to 2, goes to 1, the next turn we kill him with Sentinel. Can we live that long? Whew, I don't know. So we take 7. No, I think we keep Mage alive here, actually. We don't have enough otherwise. This way, if he doesn't cast a spell, we just draw a card of Mage. Then next turn we kill him if he attacks. Yep, that's fine. So if he swings with both, we just take it and counter his spell and win. Okay, we've got Elixir back up, so we shove with everybody. He blocks 2, goes to 1. Counter his spell. Next turn he loses. Yeah, I like that play. Otherwise, we just get him to 4 and then do that next turn. I think that's actually probably a bit safer. Just attack for 1 in the air, and then next turn grind him out. Okay, and our opponent feels compelled to tell us some stuff. So now, like, if he does nothing, we just draw a card. And our opponent continues to rage and whine. So now we just shove. I think that's it. Okay, that is the match. So we ended up going 3-1. Not too bad. I think this was probably the best build of the deck we could have put together. We ended up running into the Alluring Siren, Big Green, Kill Flyers deck, which is pretty rough for us. Kind of almost like the anti combination to that beats our deck. But other than that, I felt pretty strong about this deck. Looking forward to tomorrow and the MLCS 9 Championship. So stay watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.